Well, honestly, I don't know how I should start up this video. Oh, I guess thank you would be how is the best way I've actually able to say it. And man, I think there's a since this room is really big now, it has a large echo. What I wanted to do was actually put on the webcam and say thank you basically with my face on it. But since the move, it appears not to be working, even though everything else is. So I don't know. This thing's probably broken, and I got to get a new webcam. Oh well. So what happened? Let's start on November 29th, 2021. So I'm going into work. This is I'm building up to this. So I'm going into work. I happen to be a truck driver. They happened to give my assigned truck to somebody else because it was happened to be a sleeper, and I'm a local driver, so I drive those smaller trucks. If you've ever seen one, I might put up an image comparing the two. So I'm driving one of the smaller trucks, and this truck has no heat. It is beginning of winter. It is cold. It is snowing, and I'm freezing my butt off. I'm like, are you serious? All right, so I stop at a Love's, which is a trucker's stop, right? Trucker's gas station, essentially, fuel station. Get this little handy heat thing that does jack squat. On my way to the other side of the state near Grand Rapids. Not a little bit further from Grand Rapids, but I'm not going to give it a concrete location, if you get what I mean. So I got to go all the way out to Grand Rapids, west of Grand Rapids, and I got to pick up my load. When I get there, I lock myself out of my truck. This is all on the same day, by the way. So there's no heat. It's freezing right now. I buy a little heater. There goes two. Then I lock myself out of the truck. All of this happened in one day. So after I get the truck unlocked and actually get to my get loaded and leave my location, best news of the day, my heat starts working. Thank the Lord. Why? Oh dear Lord, was it cold and it was starting to snow. So I had to go really, really slow when I'm driving back to the other side of the state to go down to about central Ohio to drop off my load, switch it off with another trailer and another driver, just to bring it back up here to the Detroit area. When I get down to my location, I get the news. My little sister calls me. She says, Kenny, don't come home. The house is on fire. And I'm like, ain't that some shit? I mean it too. It's like, holy shit, this day has been bad, and all I wanted to do was just go home, crawl into the bed, and just have this day be over with. Can't. If you're wondering, that's what happened to the house. It was an electrical fire. Since I put the news of what happened to me in one of my YouTube videos, I thought I'd at least tell you guys the aftermath, or at least what happened to it. So yeah, I go home, I go check it. Luckily, nobody was. Well, one person was hurt. He helped take out the fire. He made sure it didn't spread, so it was only contained to their room. So he got hurt. That was the only person that got hurt. But outside of one room, nothing really got destroyed. Well, some of my posters got destroyed, and they're pieces of paper. I can get new pieces of paper. Actually, I think I might post them here. And if anybody has like a critical eye to tell me the artist, could you leave that down in the comment section? So this is like the start of my, what I would call my bad lucks phase. Because basically it's December. So from December, I was already having time off from the second half of the second week, right? So around the 15th, basically into the next year. I had that time off because I was going to go down to Florida with my friend to go to a convention. Instead of going to the convention, I helped clean up the house, make sure everything was fine. Out of all the months that this crazy, my life basically went up in flames, for lack of better words, this was probably one of the most tamest months outside of the fire. So we cleaned up the house, we got everything moved, we moved it to a family's storage unit. And then at the end of the month of December, I catch the C19. Now, honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal for me to catch it. It was a mild cold at worst for me, and that's actually saying something. I'm a bit of a bigger dude. I have too much weight on me, honestly, so I need to actually lose that. But I'm a bigger dude, so for it to be like a minor cold where I'm suffering for like a week and a half with the sickness, it's cool. So all this month, all of November, right, my car starts breaking down bit by bit by bit. It's back up and running now. It's fine. And I'm trying to get back to work. I didn't even know this was COVID. So my sister actually went to go get a test for it, right? Because I'm like, this isn't COVID. This doesn't feel like COVID. This is just a minor cold. I'm not taking a test over this. So she went to go take her test because her job demanded it. I didn't really say anything because I was like, if she doesn't have COVID, then that means I don't. But if she does have COVID, then I definitely do. So she had COVID. My car broke down that day. And as a convenient excuse and telling them I was going to be late, I was like, oh yeah, because it was literally the same day. I was going to go in there and tell them anyway. So I was like, I had COVID. And she's like, okay, you need to go get your rapid test and make sure that it's all good. So I got the rapid test, I got the PCR test. My rapid test came back negative. I'm literally waiting a full week for the next one to come back. Second one comes back positive. I was like, all right. I still feel fine. Can I come back to work? I was like, oh yeah, you can. So why'd you guys have me sit out for like a week? Almost 2 weeks. It's just company policy. It's like, ain't that something? So, I mainly made this video as a thank you to everyone who decides to donate to the GoFundMe and the GiveSendMeGo. I actually don't think anything came from the GiveSendMeGo. So, if you did give money to the GoFundMe, I tried to make sure to personalize every message I could. Some of you guys have some interesting names, so I tried to go off of those names. And I tried to make them as personable as I could. Now, I do have to shout out a couple of channels that I actually asked, could they shout out my GoFundMe? Because, well, without them, it wouldn't have gotten off the ground. So the first one is Raging Golden Meat. I was listening to his live stream while this was happening. I actually put all their channels down in the description too. I was listening to his live stream while it happened. He was like, "Holy crap! I know you're not like joking or anything because you comment here quite regularly." So he shouted me out. Funny enough, the same week that I have the house fire, he gets his channel taken down for arbitrary reasons. Yeah. So the second person I remember doing this was producer Tim from the MGTOWN podcast. So both them and both him and Drexel shouted it out during one of their live streams. The next one that actually helped me was Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law. He showed off the GoFundMe. He was like, dude, you got to get pictures of it. He was like, dude, I'm trying. I'm like 100 miles away from my house, man. I can't get the pictures right now. And then by the time I got back, because it was actually dark at that time, I couldn't take convincing pictures anyway. So I was stuck. And then I had to go back to work the next day. So I had to take pictures. I had other people take pictures. It was one of my sisters. My sister took pictures. She sent them to me so I could add to the GoFundMe. So he took pictures because I used the stock image of like a house on fire already. Because I didn't know what the damage was at first until I got home. Because I went home there, then I went to my sister's place to go to sleep that night, and then get up and go to work. So it was an interesting day. So Rekieta Law shouted it out, and everyone who did donate from these three guys, I thank you. The next person was one of the guys from the War Band. One of the only persons I actually have basically ever spoken to was Manic the Manic Mechanic. I've been on his channel a couple of times playing some Mario Party. It was really fun. He shouted out my he shouted out my GoFundMe, and that was really nice of him to do. If I'm not mistaken, the next few people I actually did go to, one was Eric D. July from Young Rippa. He actually his Discord helped share that out. Speaking of Discords, I can shout out a couple of the Discords. So this is not technically endorsed by them, but this is a company I do buy for, and I do like their products. It's called J Novel Club. They sell light novels and manga, mostly digital, and then they have some print releases too. Their Discord helped me share it out. The other one was the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive server. They helped me share it out after it was like, dude, you're probably a bot. I was like, dude, I'm not a bot. Trust me, like, I know people do these for scams, but it really happened to me. One of the next few people after this was a personal, like, a TO that I used to put. The fuck? No, I don't want it. This isn't even my phone! The next person was a guy called Gushi. Man, this guy's a great freaking Mario Kart. He kicks my butt tons of times, and that's sort of rare. Like, him and his squad kicks my butt, but they can play the game more than I can, so maybe if I train, I could actually get better than them at Mario Kart. Also, shout out to Geeks and Gamers. This is actually added post-ad when I was editing the video. So Geeks and Gamers also shouted me out. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. I think RK Outpost also shouted me out, I think. Well, everyone that was on Geeks and Gamers for their Tuesday May night event, they helped shout me out too. Yo, Jeremy, if you ever hear this, I got you in Mario Kart. Look, I just admitted, because I know where I'm adding this in the video. I just admitted that I just got my butt kicked from a good Mario Kart that's not too far from me. But I got you, Jeremy. I got you. But again, thanks, man. You guys all didn't have to. I really appreciate it. All right, on with the video. Sorry for that little jump cut, because it just came to me as like, while I'm editing the video, it's like, holy crap, that's one of them I forgot. Because I knew I was, like, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I forgot somebody, didn't I? Because, lo and behold, of course I'm going to forget somebody. There's a lot of people that helped with it. So, please excuse this. On to your regular scheduled video. But he shouted out the GoFundMe too. He was worried about me, and I've actually seen this guy in person. There was a couple of personal friends of mine that happened to donate to me either A, directly or B, by the GoFundMe. I want to thank them, even though I thank them personally. All of my friends, all of my family was very supportive of us at this time. I was staying with my mother at the time, and I'm currently looking for my own place to go anyway, even though I'm settled with her currently. There's some other places. If I'm not mistaken, Archcast also was another one that helped shout me out. I'm trying not to forget anybody. Yeah, Archcast was one of them. Let's see was there anybody else that shouted me out? Like, I'm actually, like, legitimately looking right now because... Oh, yeah! Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash shouted me out during one of his flashcasts. He shouted me out. He was like, hey, if you could you do this? I've actually seen Yellow Flash in person a bit. Seen Nick Rekieta in person, too. So that's what gave me the idea to go ask people for this. And I was like, yeah, it was a tough time. So in total, from the GoFundMe, even like in personal donations, we got like $2,500 because I got roughly $220 from my job from people who raised funds for me, which was very nice of them. Again, I don't know how can I express this. I'm very grateful. Like, I didn't expect anybody to donate. Like, I know everyone says this, like, I didn't expect anyone to, like, I don't have expectations of other people just trying to help me. Like, I'm a freaking nobody, man. And it was really touching for people to help me and my family out, and it was touching. Like, I can't, it's the best way to explain it. Like, I wish I could have, I wish I could just give everyone, like, a hug or something like that. Like, holy heck, man. Like, thank you. So, about 2 weeks ago on February, well, we actually found the place at the beginning of February, but due to certain situations where the owner of this house is, my mother's renting out this house. The owner of this house, he caught COVID too. So at the beginning of this month, she couldn't go in because he caught COVID and rules and restrictions and BS and bullcrap, right? We couldn't get in until the 19th. I had a bunch of I had a bunch of my friends, a couple of my coworkers come out and help me move. We had a blast moving. It was great. I'm thankful for them. Like, how many times have I said thank you? Like, I wish I knew. How many times have I said thank you to these people that have helped me out? Because I did not, like, I don't feel like I deserve it. That's like the real thing. Like, I don't feel like I deserve it. But thank you. People are worried about us. So like, it makes me feel like warm and fuzzy inside when you know people are out there that help you. Like, that's the best way I can explain it. So, my life has been, for lack of better terms, pretty bad for the last few months. And I thought I'd give you guys an update because I released a YouTube short because I didn't have my PC to make a video and say, hey, I'm not going to be able to do this. The only thing I could do was the YouTube short where I spliced together one video and then said, hey, this happened to me. Could you guys please consider donating? Or at best, could you guys at least share? Because I'd want this, I wanted this to at least go pretty far and wide. It did. It made a good chunk of freaking money, man. 2,500 is no small set of change, and since it wasn't really my room that got damaged, the majority of those funds, because it happened in my parents' room, the majority of those funds went to there. Like, 90% of the money went to them for whatever they needed and stuff. Because I was like, I'll be fine on my own. I'll do what's necessary. So for all those people that helped us out, I really appreciate you. Now, I'm going to release this video later on today. Today's Saturday the 5th. So if you happen to see this video, I've been playing since I've been away from my computer, and I couldn't really do very much in those down months outside of like moving things. Like, we moved things out of the house in December, like into December, beginning of January, to the storage. So for January, excuse me. So for January, I was just sitting down doing nothing because I was sick from COVID too, and they wouldn't let me go back to work. It's like, dude, let me go back to work. It's like a mild cold at best. Like, I can explain a lot more things like during later on. So it's like, it's not very many things. So my friend bought me Metroid Dread for Christmas. And I was like, I'm sitting down, never played a Metroid game, never like started a Metroid game and played it. I think I played Fusion, a little bit of Fusion because it was on like the GBA, and I know that was on the GBA. I'm pretty sure it was Fusion. But I didn't know what the hell it was. I just saw some soldier and it was glowing up shit, and I was like, this is fucking cool. But it was only for like a little bit. So I played my very first Metroid game, and I basically 100% it. I got an idea from the Ophion, right? Yeah, I had to make sure that I was getting his name. I was like, it's probably the Ophion. But I got an idea from the Ophion. He was like, people are kind of like struggling with speedrunning this game to get like the best ending. And I'm like, I played through this game like 6 times. So how about I do a stream later on and beat Metroid all in one sitting, and then show you some tips as a full-on stream. So I'll be doing that later after I release this video. Sorry again that there was no that there's like no face cam. I would have rathered this been a face cam, but my camera's not working. So I refuse to really use a phone. Sorry, I'm not doing that. I'd rather do everything off my computer. So, if I haven't said it enough already, I thank you, everyone, who decided to help me out. You didn't need to. I'm very glad that you did. And, well, thank you. Until then, this has been your kid, Theo's kid, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. I don't think I forgot anybody, but if I did somehow forget to like shout you out personally, any guys that have a channel or something like that, just tell me if you happen to see this video, and I'll put it in the description. So, again, thank you very much. See you later. Bye bye.